What is up, everybody? It's ZXRyuu. Today we're going to finish up our Let's Play of Spyro the Dragon. So we're going to load up our save file from last time, and we're going to pick up in Nasty's world. And this world is pretty nasty in some places, so I guess as you would expect it to be. It's got cool music, though. Yeah, I can't say enough about the music in this game. The music in this game I think is just so good. I like a lot of it, and I don't know. I just think it's fantastic. So thank you, Stuart Copeland, for writing all the music. If you ever see this video for some really odd reason. Okay, so this world is like a hub, so I mean there's not really that many things here. So we can go to Nork Cove. And I didn't mention this last time, but Delbin, the dragon that we free here, is the second dragon that we free in the Artisan's world. So for whatever reason, they reused him. So, and Spyro kind of makes a point. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And it's never really explained. It's just like he's here and he's the one that's going to give you the advice, I guess. Okay, so we use these giant, giant metal containers to get rid of these Norks, and there's going to be some more comic mischief with these guys, but anyway. So we also see that there's some TNT. Don't charge this. It will hurt a lot, so just flame it. And in about 2 seconds or so, it'll explode. Yeah, the metal ones you can charge, the TNT you cannot. But you can do that, and the Nork has some interesting unmentionables there. And the explosion range does go pretty far, so. So basically we're using the TNT to blow up their armor, and then we're just hitting them again. Huh, very weird. What? But it'll hit him that time? What the heck? That's so weird. Okay, whatever. Latif.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Nasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
I'm not sure he's actually wearing boots. I can't remember. I believe Latif is also one of the dragons that we freed earlier on. I can't remember, though. I never did bother to go back and look that up, but I think that's right. Okay, so that treasure chest over there, we just use that metal box, metal container. I don't know what to call those things. Yeah, we can get it really easily. For some reason, I want to say I've missed a treasure somewhere. So I thought it was supposed to be 100 when you went through there instead of 99. So we're just going to take a quick peek back through the level. Make sure I haven't missed anything. I mean, who knows? I might just be making that up, but I'd rather find that out now than have to, backtrack later. I like this stage because the drum pattern used in this song is really interesting. I mean, it's just, some fills here and there, but there's a couple of off beats in there that I think are really interesting. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, come on, I hit the fly button. Okay, well, I guess I did get everything. It certainly didn't seem like there. I thought there was 100 treasure in this first section. I guess not. Okay, anyway, let's continue. So in some of these, when you hit them, they'll track a nearby enemy, so... Yeah, and you can end up with TNT crates kind of on their side and stuff nearby. I don't think we can do anything with it though. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we might be able to use it to detonate that, but nope. Okay. That was good. Okay, so anyway, we just used this this barrel up here to break that. Okay, come on, camera, work with me here. Okay. Wow, they got all dark all of a sudden. You can see the glow of the screen on my face. What? Okay, fine. We'll just do that instead.
Wow! I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
Thanks, Parappa. Shout outs to Parappa the Rappa. Turn the light on. It's getting really dark outside for some reason. I highly doubt this, but we're gonna try something. I've never tried this before. It does work, huh? Cool. Wasn't sure if that would go far enough or not, so I guess it does. All right. Learning something new all the time. There we go. Oh, that's weird. Huh, never gotten hit by that. There's a treasure chest back there. There's a key. The key's not too far from here because there's not much else to this level, actually. That's a way out. Okay, it's this way. Okay. So let's get myself all turned around. Blech. Wow, well, I got the perfect animation skip there. So if you do it too early, you'll jump, but if you do it, you know, too late, then the key comes out. So very interesting. I was able to get it pretty much like right on time there. Okay, so we need to jump from one corner to the other. or from one edge to the farthest edge to the closest edge. That still doesn't make sense. The two closest edges, and we'll make it just fine. And there should be a 10 up here. Yes. Awesome. Okay, 2 dragons, 400 treasure. We're out of here. So I guess I didn't need to backtrack after all. I guess I did get everything. All right, so the next dragon mouth opens, and we get some nice treasure. And then we can go to Twilight Harbor. I like this music as well. It's really rocking. Although this stage is pretty awful. The Norks have machine guns, grenades. They have all sorts of weaponry here that's pretty bad. So these guys can really mess you up in here. Oh, that's weird. Why are you flying through that? I didn't think you could fly through that one, actually. Yeah, and that guy will shoot you off sometimes, so. But, yeah, there's treasure back here, too. So, that was some of the stuff that took me a little while to figure out where it was. Yeah, but they'll spray in a arc. So if you just wait till the bullets go by, you can run in, or you can just jump over the shots because he's aiming at the ground. So it's not that hard to just, avoid all of that. Ah! I say that now as I almost get shot. Uh-oh, that's bad. What the heck? He like disappeared. What on earth? That went all kinds of wrong. The enemy disappeared, reloaded, shot me again into the other guy, but at least I had invincibility from the first guy shooting. Jeez.
Thank you for releasing me.
Cosmos again. Yeah, so in an attempt to stop Nasty Nork, I think some of these guys went here and got themselves trapped. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, the invincibility does not work for that, and the rats have not respawned. Yeah, if you stop them in midstream of shooting, usually they'll pick up where they left off, so. I think I've gone far enough now that the rats will have respawned, so let's go back. Yes. Yeah, you need sparks in this stage.
Be on the lookout for Nork Commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
I'm not sure, but I think that dragon is new for this world. Okay, so let's, more supercharging, so let's take this panel and we'll do a couple of things with it. I guess it's not just one panel, there's multiple panels, but anyway. Okay, so we get going. Okay, there's that. So I kind of just do a little bit of jumping because it sets up good positioning for hitting the things, so that is kind of tricky though, so it might take you a few tries. The other thing that I didn't know you could do right at first is if you hit this, it makes a ramp. And ramps plus supercharge panels equals more treasure. Alright, let's go. Got that guy and that guy. So I don't stop with the supercharge. I keep holding on to it because it makes those guys easier to get rid of. Okay, I believe before we jump off of here, I think there's some other treasure. Whoa, that was close. Oh, it's an extra life. Okay, there's that. No, 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 that's bad. Alright, let's do it again. Because one, there's a glide point, and two, there's just, I think, more treasure up there. So that was really silly. I don't know why. That fell off right there, but... Oh well, bad input. Okay, and this time we can just stop, because I want to go back over here. Okay, nothing. So, I mean, you can't get back here, but I don't think there's anything there. Okay, so really where we want to go, now that I've fallen off and didn't need to take any of those unnecessary risks, we can get this treasure. I think you can also charge into these. Maybe not. Maybe you have to flame them, but I remember like being able to charge them or something. Alright, so this room is pretty awful, so we need to get in here. Avoid that. Get that guy. As long as they're not locking and loading over there, they're not going to shoot at you. So if you don't hear the chick sound, then you're fine. Whoa, that bullet was awful close. Okay, so this is kind of a tricky one. So it usually makes sense to run past the big guy and get the small guy. Yeah, if I can do it right. Because then if you can get behind him, that's fine. So usually I'll just like try and charge without the guy hitting me and then shoot the other, or flame the other guy in the back. See how well that worked out though. Okay, did I get all the treasure? Cool. Let's get out of here. Get out of Twilight Town. I mean Twilight Harbor. Alright, so that leaves Nasty Nork. Alright, so here we go. This is the final boss, and it's interesting. So here we go. Yeah, there's only 200 treasure. There's only 200 treasure in that last world. Sound like Elmer Fudd. Alright, and so he attempts to attack you while you're gathering stuff in here. So it's usually good to move around a lot. Okay. All right. So there's some more thieves in here that we have to grab because they're holding keys and they're fast. So usually what I'll do for these guys, since they're so fast, I will usually come through here once, pick up all the treasure, and then go for it. And you gotta cut like every single corner. So, because those guys won't. Those guys will follow pretty close to the inside of the path. But if you can cut the corner, then that's good. Okay. Same with this one. Get the treasure first. Yeah, I thought this was pretty crazy that I'm like, oh, there's treasure in the boss room. So they're fast, but since they stay in the middle of the road, they're pretty easy to catch. There we go. All right, so then... For some reason, I thought it was, thought there was another thing I had to lower. Okay, so same thing here. We're gonna get all the treasure because we're gonna have to chase Nasty around this like ridiculous maze, and it just makes sense to have all the treasure because once you get him in this section, he moves on to another one, and there's no way to come back. So you've got to get all the treasure in here first, if you want to get it all in the stage. So and if you're too slow, if you're fast enough, you can flame him here and it'll open the door. But if you're too slow, he runs the circuit again. So you have to pretty much just keep up with him. You don't have to catch him, you just have to keep up with him. I jump right before those stairs because there is some like stuttering that happens there and it can slow you down. And I jump to turn my momentum a little bit faster as well. So because if you just run around those curves, it's really easy to fall off. Okay, we were fast enough. So we just flame him and keep going after him. Okay, now this is the hardest part. So these platforms all start retracting into the wall as soon as he steps on them. So you gotta move and you gotta move fast. Because eventually there's not enough length for you to make it onto some of these platforms. So, and I'm charging wherever possible too, because you see, by the end you have almost no room.
You're toast, Nork.
But if you charge him and flame him right at the end, he can't hit you. So just go right at him.
Sorry I took so long. I kind of forgot about you.
What about Ganasty Gnork?
Nasty Nork is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to pick up.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
I thought at first he was saying, I'll save these guys for a living. But what he's really saying is the sky's the limit. Okay, so this is the end credit sequence, or one of them. There's two of them. There's the kind of bad ending, I guess, which is this, where you go through the credits once. And then when you get 100% and do kind of the special thing at the end, then the credits will roll again. So with the credits first time, it goes through and shows you just kind of like a flyover of about half the levels, I guess. So yeah, it just shows you kind of just some interesting things. Just like, hey, look how much you enjoyed playing this stage. Like, thanks a lot. So I guess while the credits are rolling, so Spyro the Dragon is one of my favorite games. And these Let's Plays that I'm going through is just games that I really liked, or still like. And I'm still trying to learn like what to do with these Let's Plays or not. So I'm doing games that I've already done before, just so that I can go through them kind of quickly, and also just to see if I want to do maybe some games I haven't played yet with a Let's Play. So I don't know. I'm still just kind of playing around to see what I want to do with this. So that's why I'm playing games that I've already played before, or played quite a bit already. So, and I'm kind of undecided as to what game to do next. I'm a little bit torn between a couple, so I don't know. We'll see. No sheep were harmed during the creation of this game. A few Norks, but no sheep. Yeah, you can say that you hurt enemies that aren't exactly real, but sheep are real. So people, PETA not wanting to get on them. Not wanting PETA to get on them. All right, so that opens this up, and then we have another dragon that tells us what to do next. So Magnus is back.
Nasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Nasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will not open until you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Okay, and since he's... yeah, since he's the 80th dragon, that's 100%. So, there you go. So now we get to go to Nasty's loot as a special level. If it'll let me. That's weird. I've never gotten hung up on that before. No, you can't have this. So, and in the beginning, the first dragon says, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000? Hint, hint. So there's 12,000 treasure. And in this stage, the thing that they do that's new is you can fly through here. The thing that's kind of weird about this level, though, is that you can't just fly directly to the end. You have to make it to different heights in the stage, and then that becomes the limit that you can fly. So it's like raising an invisible ceiling of what you can and can't do. So, but yeah, anyway, it gives you free flight in here. And there's more thieves, too, holding treasure. So, and they're annoying. Because they're fast, and they cut corners. Ah. And you can't, like, trick them and go the other way and grab them. You have to just do it. Get sick yet? There we go. I think this is probably the most frantic song in the entire game. Just the sound of it. Okay, so now that we got that key, come over here and unlock this door. So that shows us, okay, there's another key we need to grab. So we need to figure out where to fly next. And what's weird is if you fly up against the ceiling like this, you'll slow way down when you fly. But if you fly below the ceiling, you'll be fine at a normal speed. Yeah, that guy's a little bit easier to grab because he kind of runs in a weird pattern, so you can kind of cut him off and flame him. Oh, guess I missed some treasure over here. And there is a lot of treasure in here. Alright, so we have all of the treasure from over here, and we have the key. So we can go. Back over here. Unlock that door, which unleashes a airplane. But in order to raise the invisible ceiling, we have to go through here. And plus, we want to grab that treasure anyway, so. All right, so he flies around, and so we just have to catch him. He's got kind of two different patterns. One, he'll go over if he thinks you're gonna try and get him, and then one he'll go lower. So, anyway, so that's as high as we can go still. So we can go over here, unlock that door. And there's another one. And this is why you have to get good at catching the planes in the time trial levels. Oops. I did not go the right way. So you usually have to run this circuit about 3 times in order to get close enough to this guy. He starts out super fast, but eventually you'll catch up to him. It doesn't look like you can, but eventually you will. So you gotta come down here, wait for him to go up there. That will slow him down. You know, cut as many corners as possible. And eventually, if you're close enough to him, he will. Well, one, he'll get hit by the flame, or two, he'll actually just like keep going around in the circuit down below rather than trying to go up. There we go. So that worked out. We can just open the door. Okay, and so this room here is just to set the ceiling as high as it'll go. So as soon as you pick up that treasure, you can go as high as the ceiling. We'll let you. Actually, no. There's one more section that'll let you go slightly higher. Yeah, and there's a lot of bottle rocket things around, so you can go set all those off. What happened to the triangle? That was weird. I was like mashing the triangle and it was not doing anything. Guess that's why they call it the triangle, not the do angle. Okay, I believe that's everything. Yes, so this room is the last room. And it has a lot of treasure. So there's a picture of Nasty. And there's 5 firework containers. So if you set one off, stand back. They all explode in a sequence, and then you can just run around the room and pick it up. It's almost like the fireworks of, yay, you did it, you did everything. So, and there's 2,000 treasure here, so you end up with 14,000 treasure in the end, just like the dragon in the beginning said so. And, Yeah, you get 120%. So I guess I should have put 120% Let's Play rather than just 100%. So, but anyway, we got everything, and now it's just time to exit the game.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Ganasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Nasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Nasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
So, that ending is kind of interesting because I'm not sure if they were just saying, you know, go back and play the game again, because it's definitely worth playing through again. But they also didn't know what they wanted to do from here, since this was just the first game in the series. They, you know, didn't have anything in mind for really a second one or anything. So, but it turns out that there was a second one, and then a third one, and then a bunch of others after that. So, Spyro the Dragon really took off. So, with some good games and bad games. So, I mean, not every single game that they've made has been really good, but the initial trilogy I think is really good. So, and the Reignited trilogy is also really good as well. So if you haven't played any of the Spyro games, I would just encourage you go pick up the Reignited trilogy. Because just trying to hunt down the PlayStation versions may or may not be a challenge, and you'll probably end up paying. You know, you'll probably end up paying more than if you were to just go get the Reignited trilogy for the PS4. Thank you, Stuart Copeland. Thanks to everybody who made this game. I mean, this is a fantastic game. It really is. Same message again. No sheep were harmed. So after this sequence, it takes us back to the artisan home with 100%. 120%. So we can save our game for the last time. And Spyro teetering on the edge again. Well, that does it for Spyro the Dragon. So thanks everybody for watching this Let's Play, and I guess we'll be back soon with another game. I'm not really sure which one yet. I've got a couple in mind, so I guess it'll just be a surprise to see which one we do next. So anyway, hope you all have a great, awesome day, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!